Ow. The first thing Spike felt was the burning sensation on his arm, but that was quickly overshadowed by the piercing light which strained his eyes. He held his arm up to shield them, but he was quickly short of breath as he realized how weak he was. "Don't move." A quiet, soothing voice echoed from the white room. "You're hurt. You've lost a lot of blood." Twilight? Spike's vision cleared. The dull white blur soon diminished into the form of a white mare stood in front of him. Spike paused. Then he recognized her. The blue eyes, the red cross on her flank. "Nurse Redheart? I'm glad you remember. Where am I?" "A hospital in Canterlot. I don't usually work here since I got transferred to Ponyville, but considering the circumstances, I had no option but to assist you both." "Where is she?" "Right next to you." Spike gave Nurse Redheart a questionable look before looking to his right, and there she was. His oldest friend. His best friend. He almost burst out crying as he saw the awful state she was in. Her fur was malted, her mane was a tangled mess, and the obscure markings on her body was spreading. Spike's heart stopped and dropped in his stomach as he tried to sit up in his bed. Suddenly, an ear-shattering screech came from his throat as an excruciating pain shot through his back. Nurse Redheart let go of her ears before running to Spike's aid. "You really shouldn't move. Some of your scales were ripped off in the explosion. By the way, what the hey happened in there?" Wait, you didn't see anything?" "No, Pony did. There was too much commotion to see what was going on." The white mare looked to Twilight, giving her a nervous look, before looking back at the purple dragon. "What's happening to her, Spike? I treated her wounds when we were in Ponyville, but I've never seen this before. I don't think I've seen anything this bad outside of A&E. Spike's eyes widened. He realized he couldn't tell her the absolute truth. Who knows what the doctors and nurses would do? Would they take her away? Would other ponies experiment on her? Celestia knows what they would do if they realized Twilight was becoming the bloodthirsty killer that Rainbow Dash once was before she met her gruesome fate. "Think, Spike. Think." "I'm sorry?" the nurse uttered. "But black magic. It's black magic," Spike shouted. "Black magic?" Redheart gasped, horror in her eyes. "What in Equestria is she doing with those kind of spells?" The killer. Since the killer did those things to our friends, Twilight thought she found a spell he or she might have used to commit the crimes. She wanted to see what kind of black magic she was dealing with. I told her it was a bad idea, but she didn't listen. I guess she overdid a spell and it caused an explosion." "That still doesn't explain the marks." The nurse frowned. "There are a lot of side effects to black magic," Spike said nervously. Spike was clutching at straws now. He always hated lying, but if he was going to stop Twilight going into a mental institution, or worse, he's going to keep doing it until he was blue in the face. 10 seconds passed as the nurse looked at Twilight once again, before her face went back to being concerned. I'm not all that familiar with magic myself, but I've heard of such stories. Spike, you have to help her let go. I don't know what happened that night she was brought in, but I know if she carries on doing what she's doing, she's going to... It's not going to end well for her. I can't do anything to change her mind, but you can. The world needs her. The world needs its element of magic. If Equestria will be a darker place if all the elements are gone. Just think about that. I will. I need to go. I think visiting hours are over. After all, I was on vacation. Goodbye. See ya. Spike then noticed something as Nurse Redheart turned away. A bandage on her left forehoof, stained with blood. The purple dragon quickly pointed at the bandage, catching the white mare's attention. Hey, what happened? Oh, this? Nurse Redheart answered uneasily, lifting the wounded limb. I wasn't going to say anything, but when you were unconscious, when we were near the Canterlot station, Twilight, stopped breathing. What? I was trying to revive her. I heard a growl. Next thing I knew, she bit me. Spike's eyes grew wide. Oh, Buck! He screamed to himself. No. It's okay, Spike. I didn't tell any pony. But it was hard explaining the weird bite mark. I waited till now to see if you could explain it. I suppose the black magic theory explains it. Tell her when she wakes up. No hard feelings. Nurse Redheart. You don't understand. Beep! That's the buzzer, Spike. I'm already bending the rules as it is. Just one more minute. I'm really sorry. I have to go. Please! Before Spike could say anything else, the white mare was walking out of the ward. Spike took a deep breath to shout, but the sudden pain in the back cut him off. The nurse heard the purple dragon, turning around with a content smile on her face. It's okay, Spike. I'm sure everything will turn out for the better in the end. Spike slumped down on his bed. Grief was now on his shoulders. Whatever this thing was, it was now loose. The madness would soon be spreading if nothing is done. Celestia knows what Nurse Redheart will be going through in the weeks to come. Wait. Weeks. There's still time.